Hello friends, I'm Randall Franks. This is my grandfather's walking stick, Bill Bruce. If any of you have read my book, A Mountain Pearl, of course you've read about Bill. And my grandmother, Kitty. They lived in the valley below the gravelly Spur Mountain, up in the Appalachians. Now I'm blessed to come from two Appalachian families. When I was about 12 years old, I had an earnest desire to learn more about the history of our family. Oftentimes, such desires are not supported by the elders in the family because they want to keep the stories quiet. Sometimes they're stories you don't need to hear. And that's the truth in every family. I was blessed, though, that my mom and dad supported the effort. We travel from courthouse to courthouse, go through musty old books, cemetery to cemetery, call potential kin in the phone book when we thought they might be related, and show up on their doorstep to talk to them about old family memories, see if they had any pictures. All of these efforts just built upon the passion of wanting to learn more about the men and women, amazing men and women upon whose shoulders my parents, stood. You know, if you've read any of my books or seen any of my works, you know I often incorporate my grandma Kitty, and that's my mom. This is one of our cookbooks. This artwork by Kathy Cooksey is also in A Mountain Pearl, but it was used on the cover of this book. I wanted to point that out because I came across a recording, a genealogy recording I did with my grandma Kitty on Christmas Day, 1981. In the interview is my mother, Pearl, and my Aunt Verna, my mother's sister. Also, you'll hear my father every now and again in the background, Floyd, but this is an interview. I wish I'd been a much more talented interview in those days, but as a youth, I was trying to put the pieces together of the puzzle. This interview provided information that to this day is paying off. Just in the last few months, thanks to the information gathered in this interview, I was finally able to go further back in my grandmother's family, both on her mother and her father's side, thanks to the help of some distant kin that I came across, being able to tie all the pieces together. The shoulders upon which we stand are mind-boggling, at least for me. I hope you enjoyed this interview with my grandma Kitty.
Guess you remember all that, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, we live right close together, you know.
What did your Uncle Jeff look like?
Oh, he was a nice-looking man. Nice-looking man and a hard-working man. You know, we had raised the family.
You remember what color his hair was?
Black-headed.
Black-headed? But now your mother had red hair, didn't you?
Yeah.
What color was your father's?
My father, black-headed.
Black-headed. What about Jeff's wife, Tellico? You remember?
Huh?
Jeff's wife, Tellico.
Yes, she had black hair.
She had black hair too? Now, do you remember any of your father's brothers or sisters? Any of the Harrises, besides Tellico?
No, not anymore.
Now, you said there was...
Well, yeah, Aunt Barb was Dad's sister. I was best to forget that.
Barb?
But she married Gibbons.
Gibbons?
Yeah.
How do you say G-I-B? Gibbons?
G-I-B-B-O-N-S, I guess.
Aunt Barb married him.
You remember what his first name was?
Brownlow Gibbons.
Brownlow Gibbons?
Yeah, was his name.
Gibbons.
Now that was your dad's sister.
Mm-hmm.
Did she come west with them? With your Uncle Jeff?
No, she stayed Main County. She didn't come.
So they lived over in McMinn County?
No.
Did you ever go see them?
She'd come to see us, but I never was over there.
Did they ride back and forth?
Yeah.
You remember, did your dad have any brothers that you remember?
Not daughters I know of.
You said thought a few minutes ago that there was a couple that came and visited.
Yeah,
you.
that was Moss brothers, and
That
I
was
don't remember their names. I forgot their names. I was small when they come there to visit her.
Now, I believe, do you remember someone, Addison, not Anderson, but Addison Moses?
No, I don't think it was Anderson.
Addison.
Yeah. Now, all that big family, the last count I had of them,
All gone.
was all gone. The
The
boys, 3 boys, they,
now your dad and mother, they came over from Tellico Plains, over there in
yeah,
that's Monroe County,
yeah.
and your Uncle Jeff came with them, right?
Yeah, they moved over here to come here to Lake County.
Now, did you have an uncle Uncle Moses that lived down in Meigs County or down below the river towards Chattanooga?
Well, Bob or Anderson Moses went down to Graceville. I don't know how far he went down in there. I reckon his wife must be down in there somewhere now.
Now that's your Uncle Jeff's son, your
Yeah.
first cousin. Getting away from your family, going over to Granddad's family. Can you remember all of Granddad's brothers and sisters?
By Joe Bruce and his last wife. By
His
Dad's
first wife.
mother. Do you remember Dad's brothers and sisters, all of them?
Well, he didn't have but just his brother.
Well, there
It
was
was-
Charlie and Aunt Minnie
And your dad, that was all.
and
By,
Dad. They didn't have another sister?
Wasn't there an Elizabeth and a Eunice that were babies?
No,
Two dead?
them was, Eunice and them was Minnie's children, you know, and Creed and Eunice. Them was Minnie's children. They weren't.
Yeah, we know that.
Wasn't there a couple of babies that were born and died that Granddad had? That
Sisters today.
that were sisters
Yeah.
to Dad?
Yeah, but I don't know what their names were.
Would it have been Gertrude?
Huh?
Would one of them's name been Gertrude?
No, that was a half sister.
Gertrude was half sister.
And then-
Martha was a half sister. Dad just had Charlie. They just 3 of them. Well, it was a living by his first wife.
That's Charlie and Aunt Minnie and Dad.
And he married again, you know, and raised a pretty good bunch of them. Lon, Tom, Madge, Jim, Martha, Gertie.
Gertie. Gertie was his half sister.
Grandma, do you remember when your mother passed away? Do you,
No, it's been several years since she.
How old was you when she passed
do you
away?
remember how?
Huh?
Do you remember how old you were when she passed away? That'll give us her age.
How old were you when your mom
My
passed
mother
away?
died.
If you can remember. About how old you think you were.
I might have been about 16, I guess.
And you'll be 83 now in January.
I wasn't married when Mom died.
Yeah. I know you weren't.
How old were you when your daddy passed away? Do you remember?
Lord, I just shouldn't be enough to work when he died.
Do you remember when JD was born?
When J.D. was born, yeah.
How old were you when he was born?
When he was born, well, that's getting back to where I can't
Get the years, huh?
Do you know how old Uncle Teddy was when he died? I thought I had his birth on a picture, but I didn't have it.
seen it on his picture.
I said I thought I had it on one of his pictures, but I didn't have it. Do you remember how old he was when he died?
No, I don't.
We have to get that from, I guess Rachel will know.
Oh, I done one of them. Didn't they have that in the paper articles?
Yeah, but I don't know who's in the piece of the paper, how old he was. I didn't get it.
Do you remember anything about your dad's mother?
Your grand.
Do you know if either your aunt Tellico or your aunt Barb were named after it?
No, I don't know who they were named after, honey. I just don't know.
He was too young.
Yeah. And then you see they come here and other people stayed away and they back then they didn't visit one another, you know.
How about your mother's mother? Do you remember anything? Her telling you anything about her?
No, that's something that they didn't do. They didn't talk to their young ones like,
They do today.
no, you know, nothing. They didn't tell you nothing when you was a grown up. You had to learn it yourself.
So your mother and dad and your Uncle Jeff came out here from Tellico Plains.
Mm-hmm.
And you were born in Ray County, weren't
Huh?
you? You were born in Ray County.
No.
You weren't?
Mm-mm.
Where were you born?
They left from up there when I was just born. They brought me right on in the wagon, this little, they're
born
two
in
old
Tellico
ladies.
So you were born in Jellicoe Plains.
Mm-hmm. That's the way I've heard them talk, you know.
Uh-huh.
And you see, that was J.D. or Lockie. J.D. To me, you know.
Well, so y'all came here, and then where did your family go? Do you remember?
Huh?
Where your family lived?
What did they grow?
No, where did they live
Oh,
when they were here?
we are in Ray County, and back this way from the river, on farms, and down toward the Spence graveyard. This used to be a farm down there. They lived on.
Didn't your daddy pass away about the time JD was about 2? Wasn't he a small an infant? Wasn't he about 2 years old?
He's about 2 years old, I think, as close as I can get it. I know Mom just went and put breeches on him so Dad could see how he looked with breeches on.
Huh.
Yeah,
They probably been about 2 then.
about 2 years old.
So your mother passed away a while after your father died.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember anything about your Aunt Tellico? Anything in particular, like, did she have any strange habits or anything, or was she funny? Or?
No, she's just a good, hard-working woman's all I can say about her. Raised that big family.
Yeah. Do you know if there's any pictures around of your Uncle Jeff Moses?
No, I ain't got none of
Yeah. Do you remember Granddad's old Joe Bruce? Do you remember him having a sister?
Joe Bruce, yes, he had one sister, Liz.
Do you know where she went to? You know what happened? Did you know who she married?
You know, I was studying about that a few nights ago when I went to bed. Did you ever remember hearing them talk about who she married?
I don't.
I don't know.
Did she marry a Winnie?
Winnie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Granddad's sister married a Winnie.
Winnie.
Harry
Yeah.
Winnie's
Daddy.
daddy.
Remember old Harry Winnie?
You remember blind Harry Winnie?
Ran the road.
Yeah, I remember.
All right.
Wasn't
Granny-
him and Granddad first cousins?
Yeah.
Granddad's sister married
Yes, Daddy.
Harry Winnie's daddy.
Harry Winnie's daddy.
Remember the man named Old John Winnie?
Well, I was studying about that the other night, and I couldn't study out who his sister did marry.
Her name was Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, yeah.
They make us first cousins.
No, they make Dad first cousin. You
Harry,
say-
us second cousins.
Sam Winnie, you know, and Harry Winnie.
His brothers.
Yeah.
That was that church.
Sam
Sam.
Winnie. That's one we was looking for. I couldn't remember his name.
You know whatever happened to Sam Winnie?
What's his name, Dad?
No, I think he died. I don't know where Harry's still living.
No.
No,
Harry's-
he's dead too. His wife's still living.
Is it?
Yeah. We talked to her when she was up here before.
Well,
I
you
did.
know, Harry got his eyes blowed out. He used to always be coming to our house.
Yeah, I remember him.
I never did know we was related to him.
Huh?
Till Randy started tracing this down, I never did know we was related.
Yeah.
I thought he was son of Ken, but I
Yeah.
didn't know why.
Do
So
you,
him and Dad had been first cousins.
Yeah.
wasn't
Uh-huh.
do you remember anybody named an Alfred Green?
Alfred Green.
Yeah, they remember.
Do you remember
him,
an
but they didn't
Alfred
remember what
Green?
happened. They didn't know what happened to him.
Somebody ever talked about?
Well, Alfred Green was some relation to your daddy's.
Little Mall. Little Mall.
I know they used to, just what he's speaking of, used to come to our house way back. Was see Little Mall, you know.
You remember where they lived? The Greens?
No, I don't know where they lived. They was off from here, you know, but they come in here. They'd come in here to see her as long as she lived, but she died out here at Cross.
You remember somebody that's named Molly or Millie that used to come and visit Little Mall?
Molly,
Or Millie?
Millie. No, but now
Was that her sister?
that reminds me of somebody, but I can't remember who it was.
She probably lived out here at Crossville or somewhere.
Yeah, you know, they lived out there at Crossville for a long time. And she stayed with them. She come and stayed with us for a long while, and then Dad took her back out there.
Who, the one they call Little Mom?
Yeah.
You remember that Alfred Green?
Could it have been her brother?
Huh?
Could have been.
Could he have been her brother?
Yeah, it could have been her brother,
Do you remember somebody by the name of Joseph Green?
Joseph. Why, Lord mercy, they used to call
Besides
your
Green.
granddad Joseph Green.
Yeah.
Joseph, that's your daddy. And his grandmother was a Green, you see. His daddy, your daddy's granddaddy was a Bruce.
Do you remember why
Now
Granddad?
come again on that. Joseph Green was what?
Well, I say that Joseph Green, that was your granddad. They called him Joseph Green. Well, you see, Little Ma was a Green, you see. And his daddy was a Bruce. She married a Bruce.
Little Ma married a Bruce.
Uh-huh.
And Granddaddy's daddy was a Green?
No,
Huh?
Bruce.
No,
Granddad's daddy was a
Little Ma was a Green, you know.
She was
Yeah.
green herself.
I know that. She was a Green. But
And
this
married a
and she
Bruce.
married a Bruce, you see, and raised your granddad and lived them. She just had two young ones.
Do you
where did Granddad ever get the name of Green?
Huh?
from his mom?
After his grandma, after his ma, you know.
Well, who's Granddaddy's daddy? Did you ever know him?
Huh?
Granddaddy's daddy, did you ever know of him?
No. She said he got killed in the war.
We never could find no record of it.
Did
We found a record of her.
And didn't find no record of him.
We can't find no record of his
Did-
daddy.
Do you remember why?
We can't find no record where she was ever married.
Do you remember why Granddad started by using the name Green instead of Bruce?
Well, when they come here, when I was in Wright County, they all called them Greens for a long time.
And they weren't greens though.
There's Bruce's.
Now,
that
you
was
tell
a-
me that.
Going by his mother, you know, grandma.
Yeah.
That's how come that to get started, you
Your
know.
daddy's
She
supposed to have
used
killed
to,
him.
over there, you know, a heap. She's, and, you know, after me and your dad is married, well, she stayed with us. I called her.
That is correct.
You know how Little Mom, she used to just sew and keep house and stuff when she was young to take care of the kids, to take care of Grandpa Joe
Yeah,
and Elizabeth.
yeah.
Do you remember, did she ever say who she worked for? Any people she used to work for?
Why, she'd piece quilts and sew, and she said for just anybody come and wanted her, you know. That's the way she said she raised them after her
She
husband
worked for him.
was
That
killed.
name, she worked-
Wasn't Little Ma from over North Carolina?
No, she was back up this other way, I think.
Kentucky?
Yeah,
Kentucky?
back up that way. That's where she was raised back in
She had people taking.
Oh,
That was probably after.
that's what Rachel was talking about. Something
Did
Kentucky, so
We found her.
You know, I like to just lost all remember, and you know, I've been stoned nearly to death with these.
I think you're doing awful good remembering all
Huh?
that. I think you're doing wonderful remembering all that you remember. That's a long
I
time
just
ago.
got to where
Yeah,
I
can't
couldn't
remember
think
that
of
yesterday.
nothing.
What happened yesterday, Larry?
I don't know what happened yesterday. Nothing, I don't reckon.
when
I
come
thought
back
you had
from
me
over
wrecked.
here and I went to the
I
hospital.
can't forget from
I
that.
was just stoned
Yeah, I know it.
all to pieces, and just not long before,
You've got a good memory though, for your age. You know
well,
that?
it's just kind of coming back, and it ain't as good as it ought to be.
I know. For your age, you've got a good memory.
you know how Granddad and Great Granddad Bruce, how they's called green sometimes? Well, do you remember anybody saying ever why they started doing my green, going by green?
Why they called them greens after Granddad's mother, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, why do you know why they didn't go ahead and call him Bruce?
Well, it was because her husband, she said, got killed in the war, and they come here, and she was with them, you know, and they just went to called her Little Surrey Green, and that's what got the green started on all of them, you see, cause she was with them, you know, when they come here.
Do you remember about Bill Bruce talking about when he went west? Do you remember when he went out west?
Yeah.
Do you remember him talking about where he went? Anything like that?
Well, he talked a whole lot about it. He went out there and stayed out there. I think he must have stayed out there about 2 years.
Or in the west.
Huh?
In the west somewhere.
Uh-huh, your daddy did.
Yeah, I know. You told me about Daddy going out there.
Yeah.
You remember where all he went to? Any of the
No,
places?
that was way before we was ever married, you know.
Right. Weren't he out in...
Did he go to see somebody, or do you remember?
Huh?
Did he go to see
Did he have
somebody?
anybody living out there that he knew, or do you remember?
No, he just went out there and stayed out there and worked for a while. He didn't have no people out there.
That's before you and him married.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was in Oklahoma and he was in Texas. Because I can't remember the little town. So, but remember the first time we was going to go to Phoenix, Arizona?
Yeah.
We come down there before we left, and he's sitting there one night, and one Ron says, "Tenn, you get a paper and pencil." And he named some of them little places, and Ron wrote them down. He thought us going that way, we might go through them. We went through them.
Where he been.
Where places, little places out through there he had named, and we went through them places going out there.
Yeah.
Do you know
But I
when that
can't
might have
remember.
been,
I
Grandma?
know
Huh?
it's
Do you know when that
before
might have been when he went out there?
That's before they married,
That was
so.
before we was married.
Y'all married in 1916, wasn't it?
Yeah, I guess it was.
That'd be sometime before that, wouldn't it? That he
It
was
would
out
have
there.
been 1890 sometime.
So his dad went out west to see granddad.
Yeah, Dad told us, you know. I know Dad went out there because I heard you talk about it. And he's talking
Did-
about the places he was at out
Yeah.
there.
Did
Liked
you,
out there.
Yeah, and he worked cattle
Grandma,
ranch and garden,
did,
and they rode
did
horses,
Joe Bruce,
garden,
did he
and
go out
cattle.
west, did he? Did, or,
Joe Bruce.
uh-huh.
Uh-uh.
He didn't go out there?
Uh-uh. No, he didn't go. Bill went by himself. Let me see. Oh, they lived over here. They lived over here. What's your dad when that happened? When he went over.
To the
Yeah.
west.
Then he went over.
You mean
there.
Granddad and them lived down
Uh-huh,
Squatchy Valley?
yeah. When he went to the west. Yeah, they hadn't moved then over in Lake County. Oh, you know what, you know,
On
like
the record you
they,
found
they
on
moved
the
to
street.
Lake County, so.
Thank you for watching. Learn all about your own history by starting an adventure in genealogy just like I did. I hope you'll take the time to interview the older members of your family, gather up the pictures, learn the stories. It's amazing what you learn